Richards. I'm going to give you my poster presentation here on the camera. Then maybe we don't have to do it at school if you don't want. If you do want to, it's fine with me. I'm going to teach my buddy here, Rick Dubrava, about the Osage Reign of Terror. My poster, I made a poster and sent it to you via email so you can see it a little bit more detailed. A little background on the Osage people. Originally from the Kentucky area, they were pushed out by the Iroquois and eventually by the U.S. government. They kept getting pushed west. That first started in 1808, where they signed away 52 million acres, the U.S. government, and treaty after treaty was broken, and they were eventually pushed all the way back to Kansas. From Kansas, in 1870, they were told they had to relocate by the Grant administration, who was also nicknamed the Peace administration, and they were told that they could sell their land for $1.25 per acre to the U.S. government, and they were then relocated out to modern-day Oklahoma, what becomes Osage County, which would be where Mean Spirit is located. The Dawes Act in 1887, or the General Allotment Act, was the dismantling of reservations in the United States. It basically gave each tribal member 160 acres plots apiece, aside from Osage people. The surplus of land on reservations was sold to non-natives. And 1887, oil was struck in Osage County, but it didn't have as much meaning at the time. There weren't as many, the United States wasn't in such high demand for it. And 1906 rolls around, there comes the Osage Allotment Act. This is where each Osage member was given 657 acres and the mineral rights to their land, tribal members only, and they were given the head rights, which is what made them each so valuable, their lives so valuable, and what they owned so valuable, and that's portrayed in Mean Spirit as well. The land that they were given was portrayed as more not valuable. It wasn't farmable. It was kind of what U.S. government thought to be useless land, and little did they know there was oil underneath. When they did strike oil, as all these Osage people becoming so wealthy, the U.S. government decided that they were going to, or Congress passed an act that would make it so that Osage people had to have guardianship for their money. They had to, clear all their spending through someone who was appointed as a guardian to them through the U.S. government. And this is what led up to Mean Spirit. Here we have a kind of I wouldn't want to call it a family tree, more of a murder tree. Anna Brown is the character that was portrayed as Grace Blanket. She was the one found by the lake in the book. In real life, she was found in a creek bottom right outside Fairfax, Oklahoma. Lizzie Kyle, I want to say it would be like Belle Gray Cloud, murdered in real life, not in the book. Obviously, Belle Gray Cloud survives. That's just one of the fictionalities that Hogan throws in there. Rita Smith, she blew up in the blast. You could call that Benoit's husband or Benoit's wife. Bill Smith, you could call him Benoit. Henry Roan, it's unclear as to whether he could be a character portrayed by Mr. Forrest or maybe a Benoit, but either way, he was murdered in 1923. Molly Kyle, this is where the whole, let me get this on camera here. The whole all the criminals, their whole plot was William Hale convinced Ernest Burkhart to marry Molly Kyle for her head rights. By this time, all these people dead. Molly Kyle had all these people's head rights here, and Ernest Kyle, once he killed Molly Kyle, he would be the holder of that. And then William K. Hale, he might murder them. John Ramsey was convicted of the murders of Smith and Roan. Kelsey Morrison and Brian Burkhart were convicted of the murders of Anna Brown. William Hale he led all these murders, estimated that he might have led up to 18 to 20 murders, like organized them and everything. And he only was convicted of one murder. He was released on parole in 1947 despite Osage protests. Ernest Burkhart was also released in 1956. In total, 60 people were killed during the Osage Reign of Terror. All of this just over oil, money, and land. And 13 full-blood Osage people were killed in between 1921 and 1923. That is what brought the FBI in. That would be the character portrayed by Stace Red Hawk. And most of those cases are cold cases as of now. They all remain unsolved. Like I said, if you want me to present this to you in person, feel free. I listed my phone number, email address, everything on the email I sent you last. Otherwise, it was a great course, and thank you very much. We'll see you later.